Interesting day of trade, given that we managed to recoup all of our morning losses. Thanks to the Asia fear, we also fell down and we fell pretty hard. We were sub that 15,650 level as well at one point in time, a downtick of about 100 points. But from there, in the latter part of today's trading session, we've literally seen a move up, managed to recoup all of our morning losses and closed in just mildly in the negative, down about 26 points. And we managed to make it back to that 15,700 mark, which has been acting as a very critical base of the trading range that the Nifty has been, that of 15,700 on the downside and 15,900 on the top. That said, what were the movers that were actually leading to the market movement? And that was Bharti after the tariff hikes which were undertaken and which is going to lead to a higher ARPU offtake for them. Bharti was the clear star performer today. As consolidative as the stock has been, finally it managed to break from that trading range, and we saw a good 5.25% uptick coming in from Bharti. That said, SBI Life as well, which has been really a big mover after its earnings came out, it's now managed to cruise past from that 1100 rupee per share mark and is holding above that level now. 3 consecutive days of an uptick coming in after its numbers on SBI Life. Also, a couple of metal counters as well continue their leadership position. So Tata Steel, JSW Steel, SAIL was a big mover today, held out by almost about 4% in trade. And then, of course, there were some other plays like an Indus Tower as well, which along with Bharti perked up about almost 4.6%. A lot of news-specific movements today. Indusind Bank, wherein the operation performance was actually in line, while the asset quality has deteriorated, it was a lot less in context with what we saw from some of the other private banking majors. So Indusind Bank was another mover in today's trading session. Couldn't quite snap out of the weakness when it came to DRL or Dr. Reddy's. The India business has managed to drive their earnings growth. North America as well as PSAI have dragged it down. So after that knee-jerk reaction and an in excess of 10% cut on the stock yesterday, today as well, it was a laggard. In fact, it was one of the top losers on the index. About a 2.7% cut is what that stock saw for itself. Some of the other pharma majors as well were a bit of a drag. Cipla, for instance, was down about almost 2.5% in trade today, and then loads of other private banking majors as well. Kotak Bank was down 2.6%. You had Axis as well, which was a laggard in today's trading session. SBI too was a drag by about almost 1% or so. Maruti was a big miss in terms of their earnings, be it the PAT, be it the revenue, or for that matter margins. Although the earnings came out only in the dying minutes of trade, so my sense is that the bigger earnings reaction is only going to come in tomorrow when we open for trade. Maruti shut shop about 0.7% lower. Along with that, there was also M&M and Tata Motors, which were some of the other laggards. From amongst the broader markets which underperformed the benchmark indexes, Canara Bank, M&M Finance, Navin Flourine, Cadila Healthcare, these were your laggards in trade.